Today, I'm reacting to the wildest crypto TikToks that my team could find, and they warned me that some of these videos will leave me speechless. Before we get to that though, make sure to give this video a like, and if you want more reaction content just like this, comment down below what I should react to next.
Do you guys rather have one Bitcoin or $100 cash right now?
One Bitcoin. Wait, what?
$100 cash.
One Bitcoin?
No, $100 cash.
No, you would want a Bitcoin.
That's one bit of a coin.
No, but that's like so much money.
That's so much money. That's only one
$100 is nothing compared to a Bitcoin.
No, it's not. What are you talking about?
What are you talking
Like,
about?
I would rather take that.
Are you sure you'd rather take this than a Bitcoin?
Yeah, I'm sure. That's a big bucks. That's only one Bitcoin.
Oh, no, there's something wrong with you.
You know what a Bitcoin is, right?
Yeah, it's like one coin.
Yeah.
Okay, this might be a fake video just for the engagement, but I think there's something to be argued here. The concept of one Bitcoin lies in that unit bias, right? So when people think one Bitcoin, because it's called one Bitcoin instead of a one gold bar, it's a big difference. Like if this guy says, would you have $100 or one gold bar? That unit of a gold bar represents a lot because people have this concept of, okay, like it's a real thing and it's got weight in it. Usually one gold bar is 1 kilo, and 1 kilo of gold today is around $80,000. However, when you say one Bitcoin, people think, oh wait, that's just one unit of it, right? And when you say it's one, it seems like it's one of the lowest unit. And this is the big misconception. Like she probably knows that Bitcoin is worth a lot of money, like $60,000, but she will have a hard time believing that it's one Bitcoin equals 60,000. In her head, be like, okay, one Bitcoin is, you know, one fraction, and then the lowest amount, the lowest unit is worth like maybe a few cents. And then you have 1 million Bitcoin being worth 60,000. And that's probably where this confusion comes in.
Here, watching history be made. Bitcoin is now up to $111. It's an all-time high, and it's continuing to rise. I've seen it break 3 times today, went up to 110, and this is the highest that it's been. It's ridiculous. Last trade, 189 Bitcoin for $111 piece. That's amazing to me. You just look at this graph. You see this graph? That's the last 3 hours.
Okay, so a lot of people would be commenting on the video like, hey, if you held all that Bitcoin, here's how much it's worth. If I were that guy, I would be so rich today. And let's just take a look. So this guy was talking about 2013 all-time high right here. Bitcoin breaking $100 and then come crashing down. You got to think about the mentality of people. I know for a fact, if I held that much Bitcoin in 2013, I had this insight. Maybe I held $5,000 worth of Bitcoin, you know, 50 Bitcoins. The most I could have done that time was probably holding from $100 to $1,000. Think about the psychology of that, and Bitcoin breaking a new all-time high and reaching 5x above the previous high to 1,000. I don't think most people will be able to hold on to this and not sell. And also that was a good idea because look at the bear market we had after that. From end of 2013 until all the way till like 2017 before it got back above $1,000 again. There was no way I could have held Bitcoin through this bear market that early on. Remember, like this was when probably nobody was talking about Bitcoin anymore. So just don't have that kind of mindset and think you could have made a better trade if you were this guy. Okay, next up we have a video from our good friend Mason.
Your life where you should focus on something, it's right now for the next 180 days in crypto. You focus for the next 180 days in crypto and you might never have to focus on anything you don't want to again. That is the facts. I'm in full bull market mode. I'm farming airdrops. I'm farming new tokens. I'm seed investing in as much as I can. I'm trading. I'm sniping Solana tokens. I'm trading meme coins because those are where the money is. I'm investing in altcoins, big, solid, fundamental altcoins, Bitcoin ecosystem, SocialFi, RWA, real world assets, all of the narratives. I'm in full bull market mode. There's no better place to deploy your capital right now.
Okay, this video was made in March of this year. Yeah, that was when Bitcoin was making new highs near 70K. I think there are two sides to this. Mason is a pro. We've been in this space kind of around the same time since making content on TikTok. For most people, I don't recommend you to do everything, to make seed investment, farm, snipe, trade, do 10 narratives. You just got to find what works for you. I do agree with him that there is a sweet timing when it comes to going deep in crypto. And I think that time is still accurate. Now, he puts it here at 180 days from March. So kind of we're at the 6 month mark now. I would say just extend that time frame a little longer, the next 12 to 15 months. If there is a major crypto bull run, the exponential upside is there. Now, is there a chance that we never have any bull run at all over this year? Totally possible. But in that case, like, you just waste some time and you waste your downside, which is like, how much lower can Bitcoin go from current point? So I do agree with him there. There is no better place to focus and to deploy capital if you plan to invest. I just don't think everyone should be doing everything. Just find whatever works for you.
Dogecoin Millionaire, we did a 1 hour podcast, and the second half of that podcast was just trying to convince him to sell. This is someone who's making 50 grand a year, and he sold everything he had, maxed out his credit cards, and put 150 or 200 grand in Dogecoin. And at the peak, it was worth $3 million.
Yeah.
And we broke it down. I'm like, dude, you will never have to work a day in your life after tax. Invest it in here. You can pull 3% of it out every single year. That's your salary. You've made your salary for life. If you just sell right now, why take the risk?
Well, guess who's having the last laugh now? So Slumdoge Millionaire, he's very famous now. He is one of the core Dogecoin guys, the community leaders. Says that he put 150K into it and he made $3 million worth at the top. So he did a 20x, and Dogecoin at its peak was at 70 cents. So he got into it at 3 cents. Look at this. Now it's at 13 cents. So he's still up 4x. He still made a lot of money. He's in a lot of profit. But the thing that Graham doesn't consider here is, number one, he doesn't have to sell that. He could just hedge it and short on one of the exchanges so he still keeps his bag. And number two is Slumdoge Millionaire is a big personality in the space now. He actually leveraged the Dogecoin brand, and that is a brand that not many people can latch onto. When you talk about Doge, this is one of the core guys. And he can push that so much forward. He can be a content creator. He can make a career out of it. He can start podcasts. He can, be an angel investor. He could just be big in meme coins, and he has a big voice now, and that's worth a lot of money. Definitely worth more than a few $100,000. And lastly, this advice here is to sell that and put it into a savings account and earn 3% per year. That is terrible, terrible advice, especially in the current time when you are putting money into the bank and taking fixed income. That's the worst type of investment you can make. Now, going all in Dogecoin obviously is not a safe investment, but by no means is it a bad choice versus going all in cash, because that's also terrible. Maybe you could have done like 50-50 split. You keep half in Dogecoin and keep the other half in your bank account for your living expenses, sure. But converting it all into cash at the current time of potential huge inflation coming down the line, that's just not a good idea. You still want to stay risk on in assets. Maybe you could have converted it into Bitcoin. That would have been way smarter. Let's continue.
If you're between the age of 14 and 21, this video was meant for you. You came across this video for a reason, because it's going to change your entire perspective on money. We're about to enter the largest transfer of generational wealth ever. So you're probably asking, what the heck does that mean? So our generation, we were told since we were kids by our parents that you have to put your money in the bank. You got to save it, put it in stocks, mutual funds. But what our parents don't realize is that's what worked for them in their generation. Our generation is going fully digital. So in my opinion, within 10 years, the government is going to convert from fiat currency to cryptocurrency. We're already seeing this with crypto right now. On average, Bitcoin goes up 200% per year. And it's just a matter of time before everything is converted over to crypto. The reason why is because crypto takes the power away from the banks and puts it into the hands of the people. So please don't sleep on this. Now you know the truth.
Okay, this is a powerful video and it could speak to some Gen Z investors, but I don't think it's completely accurate. So I do believe this is the generation of digital money. So converting from cash, credit cards to e-commerce, to Cash App, to Venmo, and some of it going to crypto and stable coins and Bitcoin, Ethereum, whatever, DeFi. But the banks are never going to adopt cryptocurrency. They will adopt either CBDC or they use Bitcoin as a store of value. They probably will do both, but that doesn't mean they will bring everything into these public blockchain altcoins. That's not going to happen.
A lot of you don't believe in the Bitcoin system, and that's fine. You can stay on the sidelines, but if you really want to become wealthy in the future, I suggest you take $1 frickin' $1, buy some Bitcoins, put it in a goddamn wallet, put it fucking away. Okay, I'm sorry for swearing, but you know what? It's just $1.
Okay, so this is one of the legends in the space, Da Vinci Jeremy. So he's still around today and big fan of him. People give him a lot of credit for calling Bitcoin very early when it was $10. And he told everyone, just please put $1 into Bitcoin. He truly believed that Bitcoin is going to be way higher in price even than where we are at today. We're talking about like $1 million Bitcoin. He essentially said, if you just buy 0.1 Bitcoin, you could be rich in the future. And that I think is powerful because that means he sees Bitcoin at least reaching $1 million, even as far as dating back to 2013. And that's a strong message. Personally, I do believe Bitcoin can reach $1 million. I don't think that will happen this cycle. I think we are potentially 2 cycles away. So 2030, before 2030, it should reach $1 million. Now, people often say, oh, Bitcoin is already at 70K and it's too expensive. And what's the real upside here? If you want to become a millionaire and you have $60,000 today, if you just buy 1 Bitcoin and you put it into a storage box that you cannot unlock for 10 years, I can guarantee you, you will have $1 million in 10 years. If you just think long-term enough. That's the powerful message that Da Vinci really tried to convey with people here. He didn't just call Bitcoin early, he also called Bitcoin into the future and potentially 10 years from now.
What do you do for a living?
I sell, bro.
You sell and you're smoking. I love it.
I'm in the blockchain business, so I'm a blockchain developer also.
Oh wow.
Cryptocurrency, yeah.
Do you have any advice for people like for trying to get into that field, or what's your life advice?
My life advice, man. Life advice?
Yeah.
Man, stay down till you come up, man. It's always another day to get by.
Okay.
That's my life advice.
Very cool. And would you buy Bitcoin right now, or what?
I've been buying Bitcoin since 2011.
You buy that?
What did I buy it at?
Yeah.
About $200.
Whoa. And you bought a bunch?
Well, I used to sell, like I told you, I've been in the marijuana business a long time.
Yeah.
We used a lot of cryptocurrency.
Gotcha. Hell yeah. So what do you think Bitcoin's going to?
Easily $1 million.
Damn, all right.
Yeah. 2030 though.
2030.
Yeah.
Okay, so he sees Bitcoin going to $1 million by 2030. I see that as well. First of all, like people think $1 million is too big a number. And secondly, people think 2030, I don't care about 2030. How is that relevant? That's 6 years from now. How do I make money this year? The reason why this is important is because number one, $1 million per Bitcoin is not a lot. There is a total supply of 21 million Bitcoins out there, and more than 1 million of that is lost. Usually people count around 18 million to 19 million of actual supply that's not lost. Taking that times it by $1 million, that gives you $20 trillion in total market cap of Bitcoin. That is very similar to the total market cap of gold today at 18 trillion. And by 2030, what do you think the market cap of gold is going to be? It's probably going to be higher from here, judging by how fast inflation is going. So $1 million just means Bitcoin is catching up to the market cap of gold like 5 years beforehand. And I would even say like if Bitcoin really becomes the digital gold, it should be higher than $1 million. So really, that is not that big a number. People just have a lot of fixation of $1 million per coin being like crazy number. That's because they're thinking way too short term. If you have $1 million, you put into Bitcoin today, you're going to make a lot more money like over the next 10 years. And that's the true long-term thinking for a decently wealthy individual to really level up their net worth that I think really is missed upon by so many people that's just trying to chase that quick 100x because they don't have a lot of money to play with in the beginning.
Here it comes. Oh, here it comes.
Okay, so it's nice that this guy recognizes pattern. So it's cool. Basically, this is a inverse head and shoulders bottoming pattern. The reason why you don't want to follow this kind of approach so early is because when you only see this pattern, you don't have the confirmation, right? Look at this. You want to have the entry right when this neckline breaks. But the thing in crypto is that there are way too many fake outs like this. Usually when there is just a break of neckline like this, there are many fake outs here. And breakout trading in crypto is especially punishing. So what you don't want to do is like this. Instead, what you want to do is you want to recognize this pattern and try to use trending theory instead of the pattern only. So what I mean by that is you want to wait until this trend fully establishes itself. So what I would do is I recognize this pattern, I see a breakout, and then I wait for price to come back down. back into the range, but just makes a slightly higher low, showing me that there is indeed a new uptrend, and then I enter on the new higher low. Usually that's a way higher percentage win, and it gives you way tighter stop loss below this previous low, and you're not caught on the usual breakout trade here, because there are too many people trading this way in crypto, and usually they get caught right here just before the next move up. Okay, next up we have a video about Bitcoin mining.
Thing is called the Antminer L7. The best part is that it mines crypto. So let's say that you mine 100 Litecoin and the price of Litecoin doubles, so does your profit. So these crypto miners cost around $19,000 a piece. Overall, the average is $34,000 a year in profit. But let's just say that you buy 10 of these. It'll cost you around $190,000, but you'll be making $340K in profit a year. And in about 6 months, you'll have paid off the entire cost and be making pure profit doing nothing.
So just this alone, this advice of buying Antminer ASICs, which are legit mining rigs that are dedicated for mining either Bitcoin or altcoins, not a good idea. So why is that? Number one, you don't know what your profitability is at in crypto. So look at this here, not including electricity costs. This is the big thing. You can go on one of these mining calculators, what to mine is a good one, and you can type in your typical electricity cost, right? Or just use the average here. This is like a first world country for regular people that need to pay for electricity. And then you see the revenue versus profit is way different. So first of all, you see sometimes even when you have positive revenue of $1 per whatever time per day, you actually have a negative profit because you have to spend so much money in electricity. That's number one. Electricity cost is big difference. Number two, you still have to figure out which coins are profitable to mine. So on this list, you have all these coins, right? At any time when you mine a coin that is profitable and going up in price, of course, your profits are going to be good. But if you choose the wrong coin, it's like investing in the wrong coin, and it's going to eat into your profit as well. So your initial investment in those miners, well, they take longer and longer to pay off. And lastly, he is talking about investing in some serious mining power, investing in these dedicated machines that mine Bitcoin or Litecoin altcoins. So this is a big investment that regular people should not make, because we're talking about buying ASICs, right? So these are machines that does nothing except for specialized mining in crypto. The problem with these is that Bitcoin mining and all crypto mining have difficulty adjustments. What that means is as miner power and these mining machines, these rigs get more and more powerful, the difficulty becomes exponential, and that means the generations of machines get phased out very quickly. So on average, like every few months, Antminer, Bitmain, these are the main company producing the same kind of machines that he is pitching here. They bring out new machines, which renders the old machines completely obsolete. So if you have a next generation of machines, then Bitcoin itself becomes much more difficult to mine because everyone moves on to the new generation. And then your old generation of machines, you might have spent, $6,000 to buy the last generation, but then you have to liquidate them at like $2,000, $1,000 worth, because they're not even 1/10 of the power of the next generation, for example. And this is why you see like big mining farms like BitDeer looking to auction off their regular, last generation of machines to individual miners all the time. So if you are a short-term miner, oh man, you should not be buying ASICs, because you can very easily be left with the last generation of hardware that you have nobody to sell to. So that's a big no-no. Terrible advice here. Okay, that's everything I have for this video, and we reacted to a bunch of interesting videos. If you like this type of reaction content, let me know down in the comments and which type of videos you want me to react to next. Also, follow me on Twitter or X at VirtualBacon0x. This is where I drop quick alpha before I make them into in-depth videos. And check out our insider community on thecoiners.io, link in the description. This is where we post daily setups, trade alerts, altcoin signals from myself as well as 5 other analysts, and we host weekly live streams, and we have our general chats, and you can share your trade ideas, and you can share altcoins that you're interested in, and we can all do research together. This is a free VIP community that is only meant for experienced traders. If you trade a lot and if you have a lot of volume and you need deep insights, you can join the community and directly speak with me. Okay, that's it for this video. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you on the next one.